Welcome. It's Monday. Was I too excited for
it's a new year.
It's a new
that
year.
Bullshit.
New year, new us. Today on Uncuffed Monday. Look, just trying to get you guys excited about Monday. That's all I was trying to do. Came on a little strong. I acknowledge that. I'll do better next time. But got a lot of people in the live chat. It's going to be a crazy show tonight. We have Katt Williams spilling his guts on the Shannon Sharpe show. We've got to talk about that. All this and more on today's Monday Uncuffed Society and Culture News. Let's hit it, Josh. Oh man, what was that, Josh? What was that? What was that intro? That was terrible.
Somebody said, "Who was that generic intro?"
What was that? Was that you, Josh?
That was the intro that we had. That's at 30 seconds. It was there.
Oh, somebody's got to get on that and fix it for the new year. Well, that's lousy.
Yeah.
That was lousy. I know it wasn't you, Josh, that made it, but you should have known better, Josh. You should have known better. You know what I mean?
We need to do a hip hop one.
Oh, a hip hop one?
Yeah.
Well, like one of those white hip hopper ones, though. So it's like a mix.
We'll get Ludacris to make one.
Well, speaking of Luda, we've got a lot to talk about with Luda today. Who is your favorite white rapper?
Ain't about three of them.
Right. Well, which one? Well, which one's your favorite?
I mean, okay. I used to be a third base. You remember third base?
Sure,
third
yeah.
base.
Well, you want
Beastie Boys. I like the Beastie Boys back in the day.
I guess that's rap. Is that rap?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What about you? You got a favorite white rapper? You sound like white people.
No, I love white people.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You better get back in that mic. I just bought you
love
that damn
white
thing for
people.
Christmas, so you better use it.
Thank you.
You love white people.
The thing
She
will
says,
fall around.
Exactly.
you can move it however you want. Look,
Okay.
you want to get close? You want to get far? What do you want to do?
You're not used. I ain't gonna say that.
I just bought all these like new like boom mic things. I got to figure out a better way of posting them. But
I just like Eminem, but what's the other name?
he kind of sold out, didn't he?
the ice.
Ice.
What's the name?
Oh, are you
Ice
saying
Baby. What's
that?
his name?
Ice, baby.
Oh, Vanilla Ice. Are you
Vanilla-
serious?
oh,
I saw him live.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice. I love
I ain't gonna
him.
say I don't like him. I mean, he had a hit song, but I wouldn't go rush out and buy his DVD or
Yeah,
CD
I
or
love
whatever.
him.
I mean,
And then Eminem,
I
I
wouldn't
think
go
we still
to his
talking about his mom
concert
and stuff. I
and
kind of like, huh? So I kind of like drifted away from. But he got some good stuff too.
Yeah, I think he did. I like the new guy, Tom McDonald, but and Adam
Only
Calhoun.
McDonald I know is Jeff. Not Jeff. What's my man? Michael McDonald. I keep forgetting.
What is
love anymore.
So we got a bunch of people in the live chats tonight. Welcome back to 2024. We got Falconator in here, Johnny Boy, Michael Hendricks. Thank you guys for being all up in the chats today. Margaret Owens, she's sitting right next to me. Tyler S., Will Gray, Dudleg, David J. Welcome to the 2024 Uncuffed Mondays, all the society and culture news so that you don't sound like an asshole at the weekend barbecue. Speaking of weekend barbecues, how about them Cowboys, as Jonathan Bates says? How about them Cowboys? Did they win?
Of course. We played the Commanders, man.
The Commanders?
Yeah, the Commodores or Commanders. Yeah, Commanders.
Commodore.
Washington, formerly known as the command.
That's how far I've been out of the game. They're called Commanders?
Yeah, they Commanders now. You know,
so
I heard they been
bad.
sued. That I heard that Indian Nation wants them to go back
They should.
and call them Redskins because they said the picture that they had on the helmet was a chief. He was a
Of course.
high-ranking.
Yeah, we have a
Indian,
sports show, and they talked all about this.
yeah.
I just missed the part, the
Yeah,
Commanders
they
part.
want them to go back, and it's under new ownership. They just fired the head coach, so he's out of there. So
Okay.
maybe they will. I mean, you know,
I didn't.
I have a little Indian in my blood, in my family. I wasn't offended. I wasn't offended.
There's no way you have any Indian inside
Yes,
of you.
man. I'm a mutt, man. You live. If you see on my daddy's side, I tell you, I put it
Who's
this
your
way.
favorite Indian
My
rapper?
my great grandfather was white.
Well, I knew that because your last name's White, so there had to be a white person
I got
somewhere in there.
slapped twice. I got slapped on both cheeks.
Do you get any white privilege?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I was lucky. I was lucky not to be called the N-word growing up.
When you get pulled over, do you tell them, you're like, hey, listen, before you go into your spiel,
voice.
I am like 2% white.
I just go into my what?
Let me hear your white voice.
Well, guy.
Well, guy.
Oh, you're a kidder. I tell you.
Do you have a white voice, Margaret? Margaret, you have to have a white voice.
No.
You have a white voice or you hate white people?
I don't. Huh? Oh, I gotta make a white voice to know.
Yeah.
No,
Well, my government name sounds white.
Yeah.
My government name.
Well, my
No, it
government
doesn't.
name is
J.
what?
Darrell?
Yeah,
No,
That sounds
that ain't my
super
government
black.
name. That ain't my government name.
Oh, that ain't your government.
Darrell is my middle name.
Oh,
J
that's true.
is the initial of my first name,
What is it, Jason?
Jimmy.
Jimmy's a black name.
Hmm.
Jimmy Crack Corn, and I
That's
don't
why I
care.
hated my name growing up.
What was that
Because
from?
fuckers will do that. They'll be like,
Yeah, what is it
says,
from?
Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care. Jimmy Crack Corn and I
It's
don't
a song?
care. My master's gone away.
right.
Is what it says.
That's
But
a
what's
racist
cracking
song.
corn doing?
I don't know. Jimmy Crack
Like
Corn.
they shook corn,
Yeah.
shook corn.
Yo,
cracking
so
corn,
the
all
only
kinds
you know
of
when I
stuff.
heard Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care.
It
They
was a
were
cartoon.
my friend back in the day when we were in like high school. He had a job at Walgreens, and he had this old black manager, and she wore those big old square glasses.
Mhm.
You don't see a lot of black women wearing those.
And then you do that, they wear them big old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like,
Not sunglasses, like reading glasses.
Bro, I'm
though.
saying they got big glasses.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't see it much back then, but she would walk around and like mumble all sorts of weird shit. And one time she was getting into him, and I was there because I was hanging out. Maybe that's why she was getting into him, because I wasn't supposed to be there like hanging out. But she was like, "Jimmy Crack Corn, I don't care." And I was like, "What did she just say?" And she goes, "Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care."
Well, you know what? It's a
But
lot.
now I know, because you
Right.
said Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care, the Masters or what. So it must have been that she was gone and I was in there goofing off, and that she might have been referring to that.
I mean, there's a lot of
Now
stuff
I
I
know.
said racist or pertaining to race that I grew up hearing from my family members and stuff, and I didn't know was racist.
Give me an example.
I'll give you two. One, when
Okay.
I was an officer and I had a white officer. We was patrolling, we was walking, and I ran into a black dude I knew, and we got to talking. And then what he told me was surprising. I said, "Man, shine," and
What's that?
and the white guy looked at me, go.
What's shine?
Huh?
Even today.
No, you go ahead and tell. Tell what you tell. Go ahead and tell.
Wait, is the audio low? Is there something wrong with the audio, John? Is something wrong with the audio? He says, "I'll fix the audio as well before it goes out to Spotify and send you the file on Patreon." What?
Nope. The little crack thing that we had before, the crackle part, I'm fixing it as we go.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I wonder where that's happening again.
But
Okay, so what is shine again? Tell me what shine is.
You know what? I actually forgot. I just know it's racist.
White people? There can't be a single white person that gives a fuck about that.
People is racist towards black people.
Shine is?
Like,
I thought it was like moonshine. You better talk in that microphone or I'm going to get real racist.
I'm sorry, but yeah. So like, because I was told recently that like if somebody see me and say, "Hey, sunshine, how you doing?" That was racist. But I'm
That's
like,
racist?
"What?" Yeah, because they said that's what they used to say.
I feel like now we're just picking and choosing.
Right,
Shit.
because I'm like, I like being called sunshine. I
Yeah.
mean, the white man saying it, but like he just said a lot of stuff that he heard it that he didn't know.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like white people around their family are taught stuff or hear stuff, and they don't know either. So when they
Yeah, I
say
would
it,
never
like,
know.
"Oh, he racist," he looking like I'm just talking. You don't know until you.
See, I think we've like kind of fucked up the word racist.
Yeah.
Because like racist means you don't like somebody, right? Because of the color of their skin. So
There you have
like if you say something racist, it doesn't even mean
And I left and I came back. He was like, "Where you been?" And I said, now mind you, I'm trying to think this man's, is okay." He said, "Where you been?" And I said, "I went to break." He said, "Oh," he said, "cause I looked around and I said, where's my shade?" And I was like, to me, I was like, basically because I'm black.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it, but I was the only black in the room.
Yeah.
I can be in a room with thousands of people and not feel it unless you make me feel it. So I didn't realize I was the only black in the room till he said, I looked around and said, "Where's my shade?" So I'm like, and so I said, "I'm not your shade." And he was like, then he got,
Oh, yeah.
So to him, he probably felt like, "Oh, that was cool to say." But I'm like, "Oh, you might have said it around somebody else." But I'm like, that wasn't really cool. So I called it borderline. But when I talked to a lady, a white lady, she was like, "No, that's not borderline. We would have fired him I didn't tell who it was, but I'm like, I don't want him fired, but so I let him know,
yeah, but I feel like, don't black people make like a lot of white people jokes?
I don't.
And white people jokes, man.
I don't.
Like I've been in line at Food Line. You know the Food Line I'm talking about. And I've literally heard a woman going, "Oh, I hate white people."
Man,
that's what she said because the woman working there was kind of being a bitch. She was like an old crotchety woman. But like I was like, yo, if I ever said like I hate black people, oh my God.
The whole race shouldn't have to suffer.
Could you imagine that?
I would, if I was in that line, I probably would have run on.
I'm gonna tell you why it seems like black people get a pass.
Well, yeah, I mean, because of like fucking hundreds of years of slavery.
Right. And that's why.
Sure.
That's why.
I get it.
Because nobody cringe. I can sit here and call you whitey, cracker.
Yeah, nobody cares.
All kinds of.
No, don't use the hard R.
I
though.
mean,
just cracker. You know what I'm saying?
But you
It's
know what I'm
still easy on
saying?
the
If I
hard
use
R.
those derogatory
That offends
towards
me.
you, a lot of people will be like, well, he has the right to say that because 400, 500 years ago, he was enslaved, blah, blah, blah. But if you came out and start calling me spade, jigaboo, spirit chunker, all kinds, raccoon, coon, and shots and stuff like that.
Yo, you threw out like three I've never even heard before.
If we say where we at, man, hey, that be done tore this door down to get to you. You know what I'm saying? That's just how folks is. It's kind of crazy.
What's funny is when I was a kid, I used to say to my mom all the time, I love you, jigaboo, because it rhymed. I don't know where I heard the word. My mom didn't know it was racist. She never heard the word. And it wasn't, I mean, I was probably in like 4th grade or 3rd grade that one of my friends was like spend the night. And I was like, my mom was like, I love you, boo boo. And I was like, love you, jigaboo. And then my friend was like, yo, would you just call your mom? And I was like, jigaboo. He was like, yo, you can't say that. And I said, why? I was like, man, I've always called my mom calls me boo boo and I call her jigaboo all the time because it rhymes. So I love you. And he was like, it's a racist. I mean, I was like 3rd grade. You know what I'm saying? Well, like we lived down there was any black people where I lived. So
I had a friend,
but who knows where I heard it? Where I had to have heard it somewhere.
Who was like, yo, hey, I want to meet, y'all meet Jay, man. This is my ace boom coon.
Yeah.
What?
Call me ace boom coon.
What the fuck is an ace boom coon?
Yeah, ace boom coon. Yeah.
What is an ace boon coon?
Ace, like that's my number one.
Okay.
Ace is the top.
And what's a boon?
What's a coon?
A boon, yeah.
Well, I know what a raccoon is. But that doesn't make any sense because they only have black eyes, and black people don't. Just
well, see,
have, like,
I mean,
black
again,
eyes.
there's different terms. Like my mom, I remember my dad stubbed.
But I do know that coon is a bad word. Yeah,
like
I mean,
my dad,
obviously.
different stuff you would say. It would always reference back to slavery days. And it's funny because I watched a slavery movie and they said, and I'm like, damn, so this word, this phrase goes back to slavery. My dad did something. I did something. My dad said, boy, you gonna sit your ass down. I'll whoop your cotton picking ass. And I was like, cotton picking? That's before I knew what cotton picking cotton. I ain't know nothing about picking cotton. And my dad said, look, my cotton picking. Huh? I didn't know. Man, told me all up.
So your dad's a racist.
Then my dad is mixed, man. He half and half. He can say that. He can get away. My daddy can call you honky and nigga in the same sentence. You can't get mad at him. He half and half.
He's half and half.
But another thing, my mama used to say, I be John Brown. Yeah. I always wondered who the hell was John Brown.
Who is John Brown? I don't know.
John Brown was back in the slavery days. He was
obviously, but
he helped free slaves. He fought for the slavery.
I thought it was Harriet Tubman.
No, she did too, but he was a white guy.
John Brown was?
I dated a narcissist
helping slaves.
He was helping. He was
good for him, dude. Good for him.
Yeah.
One for us.
But that's why I
for the white boys.
But there was a lady.
He got killed for that though. He got killed.
There was a lady at the doctor's office, and I guess you can Google it and see. Lady had a set of twins. Black lady had a set of twins. Am I in the mic? And they gained some weight since they were last there. So she was like, "Aren't y'all some chunky monkeys?" And when she sued and got paid,
she sued and got paid.
The monkey.
Yo, I got caught. I told you my monkey story, right? Like I hit like a little black kid in the ghetto with the door. I was opening the door and the kid was crying. And we'd already arrested the dad. And I was like, come here, little monkey. Come here, little monkey.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
This woman was like, what the fuck did you just say? I dropped the kid and like ran in my car. I didn't ran, but I walked real fast because I call my kids monkey all the time. So when I saw the little kid, like I call all my kids little monkey all the time.
Yeah, she's probably
all the time. Oh, I could have been that. But you know what? One time I was out there. I was off of Grantland Drive. There was some kids playing in the yard. I was just trying to be nice and cool. There's a bunch of black kids, and I rolled on. I was like, "Hey man, what y'all doing today?" Because they all waved. They were like, "Hey," they were like, "Hit your sirens." And I was like, "Whoop whoop whoop whoop." I was like, what are you guys doing? They're like, we're playing monkey in the middle. And I was like,
But see that
I know that's right.
But see, that's the
I
crazy.
just drove.
But to me, that's what's crazy about it, because you can, you have pet names, or you could whatever. If I sit here and be like, if I call you a lion, girl, you a lioness. People be like, oh yeah, she a lion. She
Call me a baboon.
Right. Now let me say you a girl. You look like a orangutan sitting up in here. Folks will be ready to whoop my ass. Girl, you should slap the crap out of Derrell for saying that. He said you look like you got certain animals you just have to keep.
You have to backpedal yourself. You're like, I mean, like a cute orangutan. You know what I'm saying? Like the real cute ones. Like the ones that you get at the fair.
Like, oh, you look like one of them stuffed dogs you went at the fair. Oh, now you're saying I'm stuffed. So you can't win for losing when you're trying to, those pet names. You got to keep them in the bedroom, and you got to have the right one. Yeah. Even like with your kids, you say you call your kids monkey
all the time. Because they like monkeys,
right? Now, see, it wouldn't be nothing if we call our kids monkey, but. Again,
right? Because of 100 years of slavery, I gotta pay for it. Even though my family didn't get here until like 1918.
Because I lie to you not, my favorite animal is the gorilla. Silverback. I love watching.
Yeah, dude, they're badass.
I love them. I can sit there and watch them videos all day long, because you look at because I ain't gonna lie, my sister, I saw my nephew.
Dude, wait a minute. So like if we do like a Power Rangers thing, like let's just say like we did like a Ninja Turtles thing back in with the old Fair to Stop crew.
Right.
Bro, if we do like a Power Rangers thing, we making you like a silverback?
Hey, I'll do it.
You know what I mean? You're the lioness.
My sister and my nephew, my sister just sat there with her arms like this, and he was standing in front of her he about 3 years old. And I was going through some photos, online, and I saw a gorilla. Mama was sitting there like this, and her little son, Lucky, was sitting there with his arms, and he was looking. And I posted on Facebook and said, "Look, this look like my sister and my nephew arguing." And I sent it to my sister, and she laughed because because she knew. She was just be sitting like that, just paying him no mind when he was 3 years old. Mama, like he was fussing her out.
Yeah,
and that reminded me of it. But if that would have been you. Or somebody who murdered that picture and said it, they would have said it was racist.
I'd have been murdered.
And blah, blah,
but like, here's the thing: is like, even when we call that little kid, I'm like, there was no racist intent at all. Like, I was not referring to the color of his skin or his heritage or his lineage. I just called my own little kid's little monkey, and that was me being empathetic to the situation. Like, I was treating him like I would treat my own kid.
Maybe if you said chipmunk.
No, I get it. I get it, but it was an accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't mean, like, I didn't consciously say I'm going to call this kid a monkey. I just was like, oh, it's okay, little monkey. It's okay. Just like I talked to my own little kids. You know what I mean? And then I was like, as soon as I said, it's okay, little monkey, fuck. I was like, oh,
but who was
shit.
that had the shirts? I forgot who it was. It was shirts. They had all different color kids and stuff. And they had a black kid with the monkey on his shirt. It wasn't Geronimo. It was some of the shirts they had out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how the Power Rangers, they all have their own like little like Triceratops and blah blah blah. Like, what if the black guy was like Silverback Gorilla?
Like that. Look, that's what they do. The movie. It's a cartoon called Sing.
Yeah,
it's a movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was watching Sing 2. For some reason, I can watch movies like that and just.
That's a great movie.
And it's almost like I don't realize they're cartoons. I'm like, the story. Yeah, so my son's like, "Mom, the first one was racist." That's what you mean. He said, "The ape daddy was in jail." Remember?
But they were mob bosses though.
Yeah.
They weren't gangsters. Yeah. They were like, like gang members. They were like mobsters. Like mafia mobsters. But like, is there like a good, like, do black people have like white people jokes?
I don't. I know they do, but I don't.
I mean, there are jokes out there. I mean, but it depends on what? It depends on the comedian. It depends on what they like to talk about. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of comedians that just their name, if they're feminists, if they like to talk about women, relationships.
Because like Katt Williams was saying in his interview, which is kind of what our show's about tonight, is Katt Williams. But he's saying in the Shannon Sharpe stuff that like when he was still Cat in the Hat, before he was Katt Williams, he had white people jokes or jokes for white people and then jokes for black people. Well, and it wasn't until he made it out west that he was able to like.
Well, see, he
combine the two.
I'm gonna tell you what he did. He sort of went through what Richard Pryor went through. Richard Pryor started out telling jokes like Bill Cosby, and everybody kept saying, "No, you just like Bill Cosby." And when they were booking him, they was expecting Bill Cosby type jokes and stuff. Till he went to Vegas and he got out there in front of the Rat Pack and a sea full of white people out there, and he got up there and was like, "What the fuck am I here for? Fuck y'all!" Did all that and threw the mic down and walked off. And then he went. They said he went to Berkeley, went to California somewhere, grew his fro out, beard, and then he get on stage, started smoking cigarettes, and then he started talking about his life. Started talking about growing up in a brothel. His grandma was, you know, and his mama was a hoe, dad was a pimp. And he talked about all that stuff. Them the hoes was his aunties. You know what I'm saying? So he started talking about the winos, all that, and this shit was funny, but it was his life. Yeah. He was being true to himself, talking about himself. He didn't talk. I mean, you know, he did. He talked about people in the neighborhood. He just made it funny. Yeah. Katt started out. He was he used to the redneck. Here's the sign. Yeah. Ron White, and David, Bill Engvall, all them. That's who he toured with. Open for them.
Because then he won some kind of a contest and got to open up for all those guys. What was the guy's name?
Foxworth. Jeff Foxworth. But see, that's what I'm saying. So therefore, he had stuff. So when he switched up to his urban crowd, the urban crowds, he couldn't go in there with them white jokes with the urban crowd because they wouldn't get it.
Speaking of rednecks, Josh, do you have that thing I sent you earlier, the picture I took tonight?
Of course I do.
Oh, dude, look at your computer real quick. Well, I saw this on my way here tonight to the studio. This is a bumper sticker that said "Rednecks against white supremacy."
You know what?
Rednecks against white supremacy.
So I'm gonna ask this question. Are rednecks?
No.
Do rednecks belong to KKK? Do they? No. Is that in the same sentence?
No. I mean, I grew up with nothing but rednecks.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, we had the rebel flag everywhere. I mean, we had one in our garage. The General Lee. To me,
it won't even
but I never once thought I hate black people. I never once did I think when I saw the rebel. Oh, no, we don't have it anymore. I mean, we moved on from that. And my dad was never like passionate about it. I think the reason we had the rebel flag in there was it was a part of something else. Like it was a part of like the General Lee or something like that.
I was a Dukes of Hazzard fan.
Well, everybody in Johnson County, I think, has.
I was a Dukes of Hazzard fan. I had the car. I had the little orange car.
Yeah, I did too.
Used to jump it and you know, play with it.
But I never once even thought about it like as a Civil War flag either. It was just a symbol of like being from the South and being swampy and being a redneck. You know, I mean, we were rednecks. We were just I thought the opposite of a Yankee. You know what I mean? Like, and I still want to be known as opposite of a Yankee. Like I have a lot of pride in being from the South, not because of the Civil War, but because we're different in the South. Like everything about us is different.
That's why
we don't like big cities. We don't like the concrete.
Here. That's why they moved down here. They retired.
So I mean, I think we should get to have a little bit of Southern pride. I mean, maybe the rebel flag's not the appropriate symbol for it, but you know what I'm saying is when I was a kid, that was. But being a redneck was, you know, I was proud to be a redneck.
But this is what
I am proud to be a redneck.
This is what I don't like. Maybe
rednecks beat my ass. Actually,
people might disagree with me, but I don't think that the statues and all that should be taken down.
I don't think so either.
Come and tell you something. If so, Martin Luther King need to come down. All of it need to come down.
Yeah, right.
But
like, if you history. Like, wait, like, what is the one thing that they tell you all through grade school? What's like the one thing? If you forget your history, you're bound to repeat it.
Yeah.
So like you started racing all this fucking Indian shit, all this slave shit, all this stuff. You started racing it. What's gonna happen again?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
It
might not be black people, but it could be Asians, could be the slaves or the Mexicans.
Yeah, because I got like my 5-year-old nephew. I would love to take him to a statue. See that? That's Martin Luther King.
And how many blacks?
He was a womanizer. He cheated on Cloretta, but he was a great man. He was, you know, I tell him the truth. Tell him all of it. That's the thing. Martin Luther King was a great man and he did good stuff, but he won't no saint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He had stuff that was wrong. Just like
skeletons and see, some of it might have been at the hands of the FBI.
But see, true.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, here's the thing though. People don't talk about it because how great he was, the good things he did.
Right.
They shove it down there. And see, people like Katt Williams know stuff. He keep his ears and his eyes meetings and people talk to him, and he
realized
he's
how
a smart
smart
guy.
he was.
He's a brilliant guy.
I mean, like legit brilliant, like on paper brilliant.
Right. And when he came out and started talking about all
Like
these people
super
we
high
put on
IQ.
this pedestal, and when he started telling stuff about them, everybody like, oh, he lied.
Like, what did you think
lied,
about
he
it?
crazy.
So, like, because he's been doing it forever.
Right.
Katt Williams had been making it, and everybody just kind of like brushes it off. But it's like Richie Gervais when he got up there and was like making fun of the Epstein stuff, and Tom Hanks had the famous face.
Did he just won an award the other night?
Did he?
Mm-hmm. I think.
Right, that's his name, right?
What is it?
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah,
Ricky
did he just
Gervais.
win an award last night?
Am I saying his name wrong?
I think so. They just did a new comedian award. They just added, and
who was Jim Gaffigan got up there to at the what was it,
he was the one that announced it.
the announcer of this one, and he made a pedophile joke too.
Joe, what's his name? Joe, what's the Asian comedian? Joe Hoy. Yeah. Oh, he got booed at the award show. And he tried to say, oh, they only gave me 10 days. 10 days? Shoot.
What did he get booed for?
Because his jokes weren't funny. And he was sort of, I mean, he won't funny. And he was trying to hit on stuff that he didn't make it funny.
Right.
You at the award show, you got to make it funny.
When Jim Gaffigan got up there and was like, man, I've always been like, I don't really belong here. I don't really belong in Hollywood. Like, I'm just this guy from a small town in Indiana. I'm not a pedophile, and everybody started laughing. But what makes you think that Katt Williams, Brother Belial, Jim Gaffigan, Ricky Gervais, all these guys are starting to come out and really talk about this whole Hollyweird thing? It's no longer seeming like it's a conspiracy theory. I feel like these are dudes in the know. And we've seen the evidence with Amanda Bynes and her new body. Like, look at her, dude. She's a fucking wreck. So what do you take from this whole Katt Williams exposing everybody? I mean, P. Diddy's been exposed now. We've got this whole Epstein list with all the shenanigans all over this. The Epstein list. Is Hollywood just infested with creepo fucks? I mean, dude, Katt Williams was saying that Harvey Weinstein was making what, like, I mean, he was alluding that. Was he alluding that Ludacris sucked his dick? I don't know. Like, I've listened to it. Listen to me. Check this out. I've listened to the whole thing. The whole Shannon Sharpe. How long is it? Like 2 hours?
2 hours and 46 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours long. Dude, I probably listened to it since you sent it. Well, since you told me we were doing this. I've maybe listened to it all the way through 4 or 5 times, and at least snippets of 6. And then I started going through the comments today to see kind of what other people's opinions were after I'd already kind of formulated my own opinions. But the thing was, it's hard to keep up with Katt Williams because he's being very elusive. Yeah, he's being very vague.
When they asked him about his daddy, when they asked him about his dad, or they fought or whatever, he was like,
apparently
he said, apparently I didn't win because I left that part, or it was something that's he really didn't say.
Yeah, but it was like, he was like, are you saying abuse? He's like, I didn't say that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is there was a physical altercation. Right, You're like, shut the fuck up. But anyway, my point is that, like, so I was going through it because it's so vague, but then I started looking at all the comments and people were like, I've listened to this podcast 9 times. And I was like, yo, me too. Like, I'm right there with you.
30 million views.
Oh, it's huge. But I mean, okay, so was he alluding when he was talking about the Harvey Weinstein stuff and he said he was in the room with 2 other comedians to get the acting job? And they both got it and he didn't, but Harvey Weinstein told him that if he sucked his dick, he would get the part. And he was like, I didn't suck his dick. Katt Williams says, here, this is coming from Complex Magazine article. Says Katt Williams says Harvey Weinstein offered to, go back up, offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. Yeah. And, you didn't hear that part of the podcast?
I did. I heard him say that he saved his butthole in his mouth. That he's still a virgin.
Yeah,
I heard that. So I was like,
yeah, but no, he talks about that. He was in there with 2 other black comedians and entertainers, and I mean, I guess, unless I misheard it, but Harvey Weinstein wanted them to suck Harvey Weinstein's dick, right?
No, Harvey said he'll suck his.
Oh, Harvey was gonna suck his dick.
He told him he'll suck his. Right.
See, it was so hard to keep up with all the dick sucking.
The thing is,
but I mean, listen, what is the Luda? Tell me about the Luda thing.
Well, see, the thing
is Luda like Will?
Katt, now, back in the day, they both had a lot of hair.
Right.
wore like a perm, like whatever, and they had their long sideburns, and they came down to a point.
Yep.
Right.
And he said that they came up to him. They was like, all right.
Invited to a party.
Yeah, invited to a party and said, hey, it was him and Luda that had that. They was like, one of y'all gonna have to cut all that off and everything. And
Why?
you do 10 movies, get you 10
20.
movies.
It was 20.
No, $200 million.
But 20 movies.
It was 20.
Because they're on number
20.
10 now. He's on number 10
Right,
now.
yeah.
No,
2
it's 10
million.
movies at 20 million.
2 million apiece.
20 million, something like that. Anyway, it equals up, it adds up to 200 million.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he said it was only 2 people. It was Ludacris and me, Katt Williams. And then you can see how we are now. In other words, he ain't got 200 million. You look at Ludacris done been in 10 Fast and the Furious movies.
Right.
So that's what he kind of said, broke that. And it's funny because all the people he called out, none of them have came out and said, that motherfucker's lying.
Well,
It
Luda,
ain't happened.
so because he alluded that Luda was in the Illuminati.
Yeah.
And that they're all part of the Illuminati. And basically, like, I loved what he said about Kevin Hart, like, never being really a comedian ever. He just got into Hollywood. So, like, what was he? No.
What happened? Katt was next. Katt was next. He was hot. He was on fire. He was popping out those. He paid for his own tours and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was hot, especially after he did Friday After Next. When he became Money Mike, the pimp, everything was going great for him. He was set up.
Now, did he write that part?
No. As a comedian, when you're in a movie,
Right, you kind of
have lines, but
you can add your funny stuff
and
to it.
stuff,
Gotcha.
and they'll keep rolling. And then when they edit, they'll put stuff together. So I could understand what he's saying. What he wrote a lot of stuff. You know,
he supposed to be a rape scene. I'm like, I would have laughed at that.
Right, because he said there's nothing funny about a rape scene.
Right.
So I don't know. If
But that was confusing
that
too.
was the one where Damon had him in the bathroom, and he was sitting there using the bathroom.
That's funny, but when he would have been a rape scene,
right?
I don't think I would have laughed at that.
Right, and then he said he changed that up. He said, we changed it up. But when Ice Cube, because they talked to him, he was like, no, I didn't have a rape scene. I wasn't trying to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just so. Exactly. You don't know who to believe because Ice Cube the one.
Well, I want to get into the who to believe because he does talk a lot about liars and cheaters, but I am not lying when I say that Ghost Beds have the most phenomenal mattresses, pillows, cooling sheets on the market, made in the good old, do it with me, USA. Damn, dude, we're so good at this. Right now, Ghost Bed is offering, what is it, 40% off Dead Leg? They keep changing it for the holiday. Last I looked, it was 50%, but it's got to be back down to 40%, isn't it?
The 50.
It's still at 50%. They must be holding the 50% going all the way through Valentine's Day. Jeez, 50% off site wide. No way. Dude, take advantage of it right now. Failure to stop. Exclusive offer. There it is. Ghostbed.com /Wolfpack. Sleep so good it's scary. Get you the pillows, the adjustable base, the cooling sheets. 0% down, 0% financing. And that's if you have the canceled Katt Williams credit. But head over to Ghostbed right now. We love them. They've been a loyal sponsor since day one. I'm a huge fan. I don't go anywhere without my Ghost Bed pillow. And listen, if you have a Ghost Bed, you'll never sleep on the couch again because you'll never go to bed angry. You know what I mean? You'll never go to bed. Your wife will never go to bed mad. Your significant other, nobody's going to go to bed all pissed off. And then Factor Meals for the year, factormeals.com /Wolfpack50. These are fresh, never frozen meals served directly to your door. So you don't even have to go grocery shopping, meal planning to the next level. So if you're doing your CrossFitties for the new year, if you're doing your gym stuff, going to your Planet Fitness, you're going to jujitsu and yogas and all the other things that you're doing, you don't want to take the time to go to the grocery store, buy the shrimp, buy the chicken, buy the kale, buy the whatever, the potatoes, cook it all, pre-package it in all these different whatnots and plastic containers. And then, it's just a big mess. Right now, you just go to Factor Meals. They do it for you. 300 menu items, chef-prepared meals. You can get vegan-friendly, vegetarian-friendly. You can get calorie-conscious. You can get protein-heavy. You can literally set up whatever diet you got going on for the new year. You can set it up accordingly. Just head over to factormeals.com /Wolfpack50. Get you 50% off your first week's worth of meals. But yeah, we really appreciate Factor Meals and everything. Go to factormeals.com/wolfpack50 today. All right. So Katt Williams says in his last Netflix special, was that World War III? That's his last one.
Mm-hmm.
You know that there's lying and then there's truth.
Right.
There's the liars and there's the truth seekers. There's liars, but he says it enough times that it's kind of like a hint. I feel like the dude is red pilled.
What's red pill? What's red pill?
What red pilled is like when you start believing more in that conspiracies are not just theories, but they're more a fact. Okay. When you start going, they call it going down the rabbit hole. Once you start looking into a lot of conspiracies, now I'm in the rabbit hole. I'm red pilled, but I'm also like, there's a lot of the ones that I started going into like percentages of what I believe. So like, I believe this conspiracy has a 20% chance of being fact. But it seems like Katt Williams is like trying to expose the Hollyweird pedophile Ricky Gervais. You know, I mean,
the thing is, they have to be careful. You have to be careful, and you have to.
Well, he's trying to expose the Illuminati. That's what I was trying to say.
You have to provide receipts.
Well, that's what he says he's got. He says he has
but
I mean, the same with Brother Belial.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Brother Belial came out with all that Will Smith's gay stuff, yada, yada, yada. Katt Williams coming out with the same accusations, dude. He's coming out with the same accusations.
Here's my thing about the gayness.
Because he says he's still got his booty hole and his mouth hole intact. So he's definitely saying those dudes are gay.
But it's like this, with the gayness. I don't care who you sleep with.
Sure.
Just like if we got a professional relationship, it's about the word. You know what I'm saying?
I think this is more of like they're using it for blackmail.
Well, see, the thing is, that's why, you gotta, when you go to those parties and stuff like that, sometimes you just don't go to the parties. If you already know, then why you go? So you know what I'm saying?
But my thing is, if everybody grown, right? So I ain't talking about I guess the island, they had kids or whatever, stuff like that. Right. Everybody's grown. If they choose to do what they're offered, they're grown. That's how I'm looking at it. So why is it so
well, it's wrong if I said, hey Margaret, do you want a podcast with Jay and I? If so, you're gonna have to
give me some ass.
You're gonna peg Jay in the asshole while I watch.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean that's what they're doing at these parties.
Oh, right,
it's that kind of freaky deaky. Right. It's not like, yo, you want to have a 3-way with Jay and I? No, it's like, hey, if you want to be a part of this, you got to peg like it's extreme.
Right, but why not
crazy bullshit?
Let me be the one to tell it. Why would somebody else be telling what they
y'all
talking about? Yeah,
right.
What are you getting out of that?
I mean, I guess it would be like if Josh walked in, if our producer walked in and you were pegging Jay in the ass or some crazy shit.
If it was the other way around, if I was knocking you off, he'd be like, oh, yeah, slap a hand. But if it had me, be like, oh, Jay, it's freaky. Right.
But then then you know, the network's got Jay by the balls. It's like, no, Jay, you're going to do 2 shows a week because if you don't, we're gonna tell you, we're going to say that Margaret pegs you in the ass in the studio, and Josh, our producer, caught you guys. So now you get to do 2 shows, bitch. So like Harvey Weinstein was doing all this stuff. And when the Harvey Weinstein accusations came out back in the day, the one of them was like what he wanted a hand job from one actress. In the shower, he's like, we could do it in the shower or some bullshit like that. And she was like, no, I'm leaving. And then she, he was like, well, you're not going to get the part. You'll never work in Hollywood again.
So who told that though?
She did when she came forward.
Right. She did. But I'm trying to figure out why is it so.
Because Margaret, it would be like a bullying situation. Like, let's just say, I'm trying to think of a better example, but like, let's say you needed a job. You're a single mom. And you're getting paid $75,000 a year to be a school teacher at some fucking college or some shit. And the principal's like, hey, if you want to get tenured, you know what you got to do, Margaret. And you're like, fuck, I got to do this because I've got kids. I can't lose this job. This is like the head principal. If I don't get tenured, I'm never going to find a job. I'm not going to be able to retire. I'm not going to do this anything. And you're like, fuck it, I'll just jerk this guy off and blah, blah, blah. And you do it. And then you tell me about it.
And then you tell it.
And then I'm like, well, that's fucked up, Margaret. No dude should ever do that. And I get it. You don't want to be fired and you're not going to go and jump, but I'm going to do it for you. Gotcha. I think they have like a hero. Like, I think Belial is kind of like, he was going to let it go hush hush, but now he wants to expose it so this shit can go away. So stuff can stop in Hollywood. Like, nobody should be having to do cocaine to be in Hollywood. right? And Katt Williams is making it sound like, well, he said it. His exact words: "I don't do the blow. I don't do all the hard drugs. And if you don't do that, you're not part of the club, and you're not going to get to be in the movies because they only want to put people in the movies that are part of the club."
Well, see, it goes both ways though, because if you listen to Kevin Hart explained why Katt Williams was passed over when he had the mantle, when he was the man. He's
because what he's saying is that he didn't give up. He wasn't like
that's what he's saying.
Right.
But I'm saying what Katt saying, hey, look, you the one that when they ask you to do the photo shoots, you come late, you come high on drugs, you did this, you did that, you balked at this, you fought back about just coming to promote a movie and this and that, and they got tired of your shit, so they moved on to the next comedian to see who can they get. He said, I come to work. That's why my work ethics is stronger than you. They can depend on me when they call.
Right, Katt Williams was right.
No, that's what Kevin Hart them was saying.
They were saying that Katt Williams had shitty.
He won't do it. He was always high. He was getting in trouble. He was going to jail. He might didn't get convicted. Yeah, but he was.
But what was he going to jail for?
He said marijuana and said something about marijuana. And he was like, that's his.
But he says that was when Hollywood, like his thing was that Hollyweird came after him because he knew too much. And he says that, like, they went to his house. The guns were in a lockbox in a house, and they were talking about the children. What do you think about your children? Do you think you should have guns around your children? He said the fucking cops had to break the lockbox to get the guns. How the hell are the kids going to get the guns? And none of them are legal, and I didn't get charged for any of it. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, what my whole take out of the.
So who do you believe? Do you believe Kevin Hart, or do you believe?
I think some of the stuff that Katt said, I believe probably about 80% is true.
Really?
I say 80%.
See, he came out and said he reads like 3,000 books a year. Like now, mathematically, that's like impossible. That,
I don't know how many, because I don't read.
You can't read 3,000 books in a year.
Unless he reads these kitty books. They ain't got about 20 pages.
Well, okay, for sure.
They call him Cat in the Hat. He might have been reading.
He got sued. I didn't know that. That he says he got sued by Disney.
Yeah, Disney, because that's why he
which is bullshit.
They make him pay because he said something about something deceased.
Yeah, cease and desist. Yeah. I remember that a while back too. But the thing is, he got on a lot of people. He talked about Cedric the Entertainer,
Ricky Smiley.
And see, I don't know Ricky Smiley. I've hung out with Cedric. I met him through DL.
Right.
All those guys. I've had conversations with Cedric the Entertainer. He gave me advice.
Right.
Now, this is they talking about he's stealing jokes. He was stealing Katt's jokes and all this and that and everything. The conversation me and Said told me, he said, hey, to get on with an A-list celebrity, you want to get on a tour, the quickest way to get on a tour is show them some jokes. Write some jokes for them, because a lot of times, the A-list celebrity are busy because they shooting movies, TV shows, stuff like that. He said a lot of times they don't have a lot of time to write. So if you write some good jokes that fit that celebrity, you give it to him, he can be like, okay, I hire you on as a writer. Not only I'm gonna hire you on as a writer, but you can also, when I go on tour, I'm in the comedy clubs, you can go be my host or you can open for me. Stuff like that. That's information he gave me. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
So how many jokes did you write for Cedric?
I never been on tour with him. Never had to go on tour with him.
Yeah.
But what's name his joke, the premise, we all have the same premise. We can sit down here and write down, okay.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of comedians do that too. It's like they'll all sit together and write jokes and kind of pass them off to each other. Right. Like, oh, that's a great joke, but it'd only be funny if Jay tells that, or like, it's a feminine joke, so Margaret's got to tell it or whatever.
But see, I mean, and I tell you, man.
Are we doing a Mother's Day comedy show, by the way?
Yes.
Are you going to do it with us?
Yes. Sure. Yes.
Okay, we're going to get together and write some jokes.
Yes. Mother's Day. We're going to have a mother time. Shut your mouth. Oh, gosh. But see, that's my thing. Jokes, I can see if you do it verbatim, word for word, even acting it out. And see, I think that's what got him. Is when he did a joke. He did the joke where he, even did some of the motions.
Right.
And that's and people was like, oh yeah, he stole that joke. He stole that. Because not only is he saying some stuff, because you're gonna automatically change up the words, some of the words, but your punchline, boom, that was his stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming.
My stomach's growling.
You ain't eat a factor meal?
No, dude, I was getting ready to eat. I texted y'all and I said, honk when y'all get there and I'll come outside.
So was that why
when I was in the
standing
kitchen.
looking up at your house like 2 kids?
Yeah. I hadn't even eaten and listen, I had a steak sizzling. Y'all have never ever compare foods.
You can't. Oh, okay.
Y'all have never ever been 30 minutes early to a podcast ever.
Well, I have.
You guys get her like 7:20.
That's because
every time.
pretty much set up. Everything, no. Everything be set up.
I mean,
so
I don't care, but I was like, man, I got 10 minutes to eat.
It's a new season. It's 2024.
New year, new you.
Yeah. It's gonna be Katt Williams on us. Derrell and Margaret. I'm just gonna keep it real. They come late all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Margaret was
at the door one time.
Right.
Margaret was pegging Jay.
It was in the driveway. I seen it.
I walked in on it.
I have receipts. But you know what? Like I said,
it's because he was saying that he stole that joke, and his reference was that it was on BET in the 90s, and that they actually used it as a trailer as their promo.
Yeah.
That same exact joke, which
see,
I mean, did the whole thing seem petty to you, or I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna say it right now. Like talking about it sounds petty, but when you're listening to it, like it made me want to be a bigger Katt Williams fan.
Right.
But now that I've talked to you,
my thing is,
was he full of shit?
I like, you know how some people. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. I like Bill Cosby jokes.
Sure.
But him as a man, after all that stuff he's been through, it's
probably the same to say about Michael Jackson, right? People like, I like Michael Jackson's music, but when you get to know what fucking Michael Jackson
what he
was,
done, right? And if it's
and
proved, in court and all this stuff about what he did and all this, then as a man, I wouldn't respect him doing all that. Because the first thing is he's a married man with 5 kids, and your ass get caught out there not with one, but with about 50 motherfuckers.
Yeah,
that's where I lose respect.
It's the whole deviant behavior of
your
Hollywood.
Marriage. You disrespecting your wife, your faithful, loving wife who's at home with 5 kids. Right. Yeah, you a superstar and all this, but you out here dicking all these women down. Yeah. And see, that's where I lost the respect him as a man. But his jokes were funny. He was, everybody wanted to be a Bill Cosby. Richard Pryor that was in his era was like Bill Cosby. And then he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be myself. I'm tired of playing step and fetch it, boom, boom. And he started doing his own stuff. And see, the thing about Richard Pryor snorted cocaine, smoked crack, whatever, openly, openly with women. You want somebody to come on, do they stuff, and then they did they orgies or whatever. He didn't have to drug anybody. He wasn't accused of drugging anybody. He was himself. Right. He was him. That's why everybody loved Richard Pryor. He lived his life. He didn't make you force you to do anything you didn't want to do.
Where do you think comedy goes from here? You think this hurts comedy or helps comedy?
Well, it's not going to help it, because now you're going to, just like anything, you're going to get more people coming out talking, telling stuff. So to me, you know how it is.
It's great for us. It's great for this show, because the more people air it out, the more we got something to talk about.
I mean, everybody, you go on social media right now, every comedian I know have done said something. They ain't got, their name didn't get involved. And I did it. I went and put a few posts up there, but I just put, a couple of 1-liners or 2-liners or whatever. You got people that's going digging and finding old footage and putting it together, making a video. Oh yeah, what Katt said about Cedric was right and blah, 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 this and that. And I'm like, really? I mean, Cedric is already up there. He's a celebrity. He's an A-list celebrity. He got millions of dollars.
Got a book, got a wine.
He got all that stuff. See, she just had a recent experience with Cedric.
What'd you do with Cedric?
I got to meet him, and he gave me some advice, and I got him to sign the back of my shirt. Got a picture with him, got his book. And he seemed like
why didn't you get him to sign the front of your shirt?
Because I had something on the front that said, comedy is my medicine. I could have. He got a wife. But I was like, it's like, I don't. You said where comedy goes from here. I think a lot of people that wasn't getting attention gonna get it, and then I feel like some of the stuff that whatever reason he told it to. I guess if somebody's supposed to be going down, they might not. It might not. It's exposing people. It still draws attention to the. It's giving attention to the people.
Right.
Yeah.
He brought like Wanda Sykes in there and everything.
I give you a great example. Will Smith. I can't watch his movies now, dude. I can't watch his movies now. I did a joke that went viral on a famous comedian I know, friend out of DC, Art Garfield. Mm-hmm. He shared it. He reshared my post, and it went viral. It got about 25,000 views on it. And he was like, yo, dude, your comment went viral. That was funny. And what I said was, damn, I said, Katt Williams done Will Smith 25 comedians in at one time, which he did. Yeah. He went and basically slapped everybody was like, damn, where did this come from? He did. Right. And he did it all at one time. And I mean, it wasn't just comedians. I just said that, for the joke. But he went in, like you said, Ludacris. He went in a lot of
Wanda
Sykes. No, he was talking about Wanda Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wanda Smith.
But Wanda Sykes' name came up. He was like, oh, no, I love Wanda.
Right. I'm so sorry. I fucked that up, too.
She's going to be here in March. I want to go see her. She's funny.
Who, Wanda Sykes?
Yeah. I love Wanda Sykes.
So, what happened with him? Wanda Smith was the interview in Atlanta.
Right.
She fucking went after him.
Right. And he tore her ass up on her own show.
Yeah. But I mean, he's a smart dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, he did it brilliantly too. Like I don't know. I don't think you fuck with I don't want to be in a rap battle with Eminem,
right?
Because like he always wins those rap battles, And I also wouldn't want to be in a battle with another comedian if I'm not a comedian, because I feel like a comedian can really
one of the smartest. Now he's smart, but that Eddie Griffin is smart too. He knows if you was to talk about the Bible or Christian stuff, he'll break it down.
Wow.
He'll break it down. You'd be like,
Eddie Griffin's not the one that had the
he played the Leprechaun or something, didn't he? In the Leprechaun.
He was in that, and he was what was the one? He played in so many. Malcolm and Eddie. He was in Malcolm and Eddie. He did what's the guy where he was
speaking of Malcolm and Eddie, they're doing a Welcome to Good Burger too.
Yeah, I seen it. It ain't hitting on shit.
It's already out?
Yeah, it ain't good.
Oh.
I ain't like it.
They just turned
These guys are too damn old. They in their mid-40s. Welcome to Good Burger. Look, shut your ass up.
Yeah.
That was
it's like welcome to the retirement home. How can I take your order?
It wasn't good. I didn't like it.
Welcome to the chiropractor. How can we fix you? Listen, before we get out of here, we want to address some of the people in the chats today. We got a couple of fanos in here. By the way, if you want to support the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Also, coming tomorrow, our first Patreon news episode. You guys wanted more Last Call news during the week. That's all going to go on Patreon. So we'll have Last Call on Wednesdays, but if you want bonus Last Call content, sign up for our Patreon, and we can be your number one news source if that's what you want. Giving you all the political news and all the things going on with Israel, and I've already got some war correspondents lined up and some experts to break down some of the news. We're giving it a real shot at journalism, and that takes we're trying to bring on some other folks to help us out with that too, and so it really helps us whenever you guys super chat. That's where that money's going from, all of our paid YouTube members like Michael Hendricks and Meat Potato in the chats right now. Of course, Dead Leg and Tyler S. and Fulkinator and all those guys that I'm seeing in the chats right now. David J. All that money, and then in the Patreon that helps us do all these extra bonus things. So if you want to be a part of that, if you want to watch this network grow and pay folks like Margaret Owens here and Jay Derrell, give us some give them some gas money now, so she don't got to peg Jay over here.
I'll send some money so we can get some heat in this motherfucker. It's cold in here.
We had the heat on. We turned it off because it was hot when we got in here.
That won't no heat. What, from a damn engine? That damn thing sound like a combine. He said, turn it off. It's too loud. It's too loud. So you want me to freeze? Okay. So when you hear some knocking, it'll be my damn knees and shit. It'll be hot and cold.
I was trying to not turn ashy on you. Like, rocking like an old lady.
We've got a new person in the chat today. Says Dopey says Good Burger 2 was trash.
Yep,
that sucks, man.
Right.
I was really excited to see it because when did it come out?
It came out about a month.
About a month ago. So we've been doing this like no screens bullshit as a family. We've been playing like board games and everything like that. And so
see, black people watch movies.
I've been writing down.
We watch a lot of movies.
Well, I mean, we do too.
Man playing a board game. I ain't cheating.
Yeah. Spades, they be ready to fight. Huh?
Yeah.
Damn, we didn't play spades on your birthday, bro.
I know. I know. Well, I just started back school today. I got this last semester.
Was it No Child Left Behind?
Get my degree.
Get your high school diploma over here.
My diploma.
What are you getting? Your bachelor's?
Bachelor's. Yeah.
What are you getting it in?
Criminal justice.
You're a fucking retired cop.
Hey, I'm gonna open up my own PI, my own private.
Oh, you're gonna be a PI?
I'm gonna have all ladies. I'm gonna have all women, women detectives, because women makes the best detectives, dog. I'm sorry.
You find out
They find
Maybe
out
the best interviewers. But
No, they will find it. Hey,
Make you tell on
especially
yourself.
if they cheat.
right.
Yeah,
That's
if
true.
a dude cheat, a woman gonna find
She'll
out.
know.
She'll and pull up receipts. She will pull it here. You know, I'm telling you.
mm,
Hell, I didn't even cheat. And I remember there me and my old lady, she pulled out some papers. There's a conversation right there, motherfucker. Pow! I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I said, but and I had to read it. I'm like, praying I ain't say nothing inappropriate. But she said it was inappropriate that we was talking anyway.
yeah,
So
totally was.
I didn't say nothing like, show me your tits or anything like
Yeah.
that. I ain't say nothing.
Margaret,
But
just to lead our text thread.
conversation was
Just kidding.
just not conversation, talking. But yeah, women makes the best detectives.
Especially one where I said put the S on. I'll take the S off.
Yeah.
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 I
My
teach
wife was
them.
like, what is that code for? I'm just kidding. My wife doesn't read my text messages. She doesn't give a shit.
Once you go black, you don't go back.
I mean, I thought that was like for
Have you
women.
ever been with a sister before?
No. I've only been with white women. I ain't even been with like a Hispanic,
Man,
a Spaniard. I ain't even been with a Jew.
I'm internationally known. Military did it to me because I'm country boy from Clayton.
You got like the United Nations? You like the United Nations of black dudes?
Man, look.
What's your favorite nationality?
I like Hispanics, man. I love
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes. When I was in Panama, I was spoiled.
Yeah.
I was spoiled.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to say much.
Yeah.
I mean, they wanted to take care of you, man. Maybe because they
Yeah.
wanted to come back to the United States.
Mario, you been with any international? You been with white dude before?
I've been with white before. I told you, I got one for a Christmas
That's
present
right.
one time.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
I did. One of my friends, she got, what you want for Christmas? I said, I want a white dude. And so me and my cousin,
Damn.
that was back in the day.
Where'd you find him? Like on like Craigslist?
No, it was her boyfriend's friends. She
Gotcha.
probably remember. She's a minister. I'm gonna ask her if she remember that. But that was back in the day. But yeah, so I've
What's your favorite nationality that you've been with? Or that you would want to be with?
well, what I want to be with, I would like a black brother, but I have I think my favorite or what I had whatever will be Haitian.
Oh, really?
I mean, to me, it's just how they treat you. How I think all women are beautiful,
Yeah.
whatever shade. I'm not into the complexion of their skin. It's how they treat me. You know what I'm saying? How they treat me.
Mhm.
And the Latino, Puerto Rican, Dominican female, Spaniard female has been real good.
They said the Mexican guys sometimes they
Dopey in the
can
chest.
beat their women. And I'm like, I ain't trying to get nobody to beat no woman now.
Dopey in the chat says you guys are all too damn picky at this point. For me, breathing is optional. I was like, dude, as long as she's got 2 legs and 2 arms, and fuck it, she don't even need 2 arms and 2 legs. I'm down. As long as she's breathing, I'm good. Johnny in the chat says, when's the next meetup? I'm going out of country in February. Damn, where you going in February?
Your passport, bro.
I want to go.
Passport, bro.
Me gusta
that?
mucho.
Yeah.
I don't speak English. I mean, I don't speak Spanish.
Ooh,
Me gusta. What's me gusta?
What's me gusta? I used to know
Muchos gracias. Don't speak.
me gusta is something. I forgot.
I don't know what me gusta is. That's how uncultured we are.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, man. I dated around the globe, so I don't
Johnny,
discriminate at all.
I don't think we're doing a meetup before February 6th, so I think you're gonna miss it.
We should do a meetup Mother's Day, around Mother's Day.
We got a lot of stuff going on. So we're still trying to plan this one with the paranormal ghost hunter thing, but they're doing a thing with Discovery Channel. So now they're trying to coincide it. So there'll be people from Discovery Channel. It's going to take place in Tampa. I just don't know when. May 31st, it looks like we're going to be in Texas at Fort Hood, but I think that's military or
it's a new name. It ain't Hood
veterans
no
on your, well, whatever.
What is it? I don't even know the name.
I don't know the name of it, but that's going to be with Mandatory Fun Day is putting that out. So if you guys are big Mandatory Fun Day guys, look him up on Instagram and on TikToks. But he's doing a big thing for the troops. I think we're going to be a part of that. But we are getting some things locked down at the end of February in Virginia. But we're still waiting. We're always waiting on other people for all this stuff. So everybody's got busy schedules. But I promise to give you guys like a 90-day heads up on the next big meetup so that everybody can fly in for it and everything. Michael Hendricks says Penelope Cruz. She's Spanish, but cllose enough.
I love her.
Looks like Johnny's going to Romania. I've got a great Romania story, but I don't have time to tell it tonight. Meat and Potato says spicy Latinas are great. What did you? Oh, Selma Hayek.
I know what me gusta means.
What?
Me gusta means I like. I think it is. I think me gusta means I like.
Oh, I like it a lot.
Mucho.
Me gusta
Mucho.
means-
Because I remember
yeah.
a lady came up to me and she was like, bonito, me gusta. And I was like, what you talking about? But I had a purple wig on. So
You
she
know
talking
what
about
I
wig.
learned too?
What?
You can come up and call herself a black lady, call me a black man. We don't get mad. But if you call a Mexican a Puerto Rican, or call a Puerto Rican a Mexican,
Or
or
a Haitian
whatever,
or African.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you talking about
Jamaican.
they ready to cut you.
Yeah.
They ready to cuss you out because they. I mean, I don't know. I guess they got that.
Which is what's
rival,
the black race of people that drink Heinekens a lot? Is that Haitians or Africans?
black folk. Now, Jamaicans drink Red Stripe. They drink. A
No.
lot of heavy
There,
stuff like
it's either Haitians or Africans that just drink Heineken.
I can find out.
And
but
Guinness Stout.
It might be Haitian. I think it might be Haitian.
Okay.
But my mom taught me that do not call a Mexican. You say Spanish. So all my life I
What?
always say Spanish people, blah, blah, blah. So I get
Yo,
my last
why?
job and I say, oh, what nationality are you? I didn't want to assume, right?
Right.
And okay, you call a Honduran a Mexican too, they get mad. And so I said, what nationality are you? And he said, I'm Mexican. And I said, so you want me to call you Mexican or Spanish? He said, call me Mexican. He said, because I'm not Spanish. He said, I'm not from Spain. I was like,
Right.
So
Yeah.
the next
You
person
got to
say
know
same
that
thing.
you
I
better learn their
apologize,
damn
'cause
flags.
I
That's
feel
first thing I
funny saying
look.
Mexican.
That's
So
first thing I
all I'm
look
saying.
for. I look for their flags. A lot of them will fly their flags.
Yeah.
Because I was married to a Puerto Rican. And shit, I was Puerto Rican too.
Yeah.
Wherever I had that little Puerto Rican flag hanging in the car, I turn it up. I use advantage. That's my advantage. Shit, when I was in the Puerto Rican neighborhood, shit. They thought when I was in Panama, they thought I was Panamanian. I had a gold tooth in my mouth.
Oh, Holly Berry is greater than Penelope Cruz. I don't know.
Halle Berry fine.
Penelope Cruz is pretty fucking
mixed.
banging.
She's mixed. Halle Berry's
Well, of
half white,
course.
half black. She's fine.
Swordfish was such a good movie too.
Yeah, she showed her tits for like $500,000 more
Oh,
dollars.
she sucked that dude's dick.
I didn't see that.
In Swordfish, while he's trying to break into the thing, he's hitting the beach.
She was.
I guess it
getting
wasn't.
mad.
Maybe it wasn't her.
I know
getting
she.
something.
I know she. I know she. For $500,000, she agreed to show her chest, her titties.
Oh, there's a new movie where the girl from what's the bow and arrow? To Kill a Mockingbird. What's that? What's that movie with the bow and arrow chick? Where she hunts other humans.
Oh, you talking about
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Yeah.
She got butt naked in this last movie. Full frontal nude, baby, and it was her, not a body double.
Oh wow.
So good. Such a good movie and really good full frontal
I
nudity.
think when I lose my weight, I'm not gonna do it. But I think I could. This is a joke now. I think I could do it. Just get butt naked and just do like this because you ain't gonna see nothing because my stomach going. My muffin top will cover everything, so I can stay like that.
But you know what? I would. You know what? I always
Body
joke.
positivity.
Get my money. No,
But I always joke that when I do a movie, I wanted to do a love scene. I want to do a love scene.
Yeah.
And I want you to show. I mean,
You want the world to see your hammer.
I just me, I'm
You
gonna make
sick
it
son
funny.
of a
I'm gonna
bitch.
make it funny. Cause you hitting it from the back. I'm like, oh shit. I'm gonna be making faces. I'm gonna be saying
yeah.
crazy stuff. It's gonna be more funny.
You're just gonna be
funny,
yourself.
romantic, right?
You're gonna be yourself, like what you really are
Right.
like when you're doing a chick.
Right. You can be like, you can be sitting there and it ain't gonna be no romantic thing. You can be like, look at Derrell.
Damn, dude, we should
Funny.
we should have done a Valentine. Is there any Valentine's Day comedy shows?
wait. So I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, we got what? Go
Something
ahead.
else is big going on in February.
Oh, what's going on?
I will
Black
be
History Month.
56. Oh, that too. I'll be 56 years old.
You'll be
On
56.
the 23rd.
Don't look at this.
Fuck.
On the 23rd.
Hey.
Yep.
Shayna Lyon, she's a cougar.
What is that? No, ain't no cougar. I do that. They
She
said
was in driver's ed when you were born.
they say. When was you born?
84.
But you graduated.
I had a baby at 85.
No shit.
Yeah.
She ought to be your
I
mama.
could be your baby.
She the baby mama.
I had a baby at 85. August 85.
Man, what if I was like a little bit darker though, and you were like, yeah, but I couldn't keep that one. I had to put it up for adoption, and then like I do like a fucking one of those 23andMe's, and I find out you're my real mom.
Next podcast, like,
Ah.
Mama.
Wouldn't that be badass?
Joke. What? Old white man, 75 years old, married a 25-year-old girl.
Okay.
White couple.
Right.
They was in love. Everybody was like, damn, he too old for her.
Mm-hmm.
She got pregnant. He was happy. 75 years old. He's still, out there having babies. So he went to the doctor. They went to the doctor.
My mind is everywhere trying to
and
figure
the
this out.
doctor asked him. The doctor said, man, he said, how do you do it at 75? How did you, 25 years old? How you do it? He said, man, you got to keep that motor running. You got to keep it revved up and running. He said, okay. He said, well, you might need to change your oil because the baby came out black.
Oh, that is good.
That's funny.
Oh, hey guys, we'll see y'all next week on Uncuffed. All the society and culture. Oh, by the way, real quick shout out to Red Pill Threads hooking me up with a on canvas painting of Bill Clinton from the Epstein Islands thing. I think that's hilarious. Go to redpillthreads.com. There is a promo code. I think it's FTS. There's a promo code to get you a discount. They have the best red pilled shirts, all this merch and swag stuff. We're huge fans of them. We're partnering with them up through Valentine's Day. But if you want the old Bill Clinton on canvas, you probably have to DM them. I think that was a special gift just for me, but I love it. It's right next to my Casey Anthony back here. So for myself, Margaret Owens, J. Derrell White, This has been Uncuffed. Follow Filler to Stop Uncuffed on Instagram, more specifically, but follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTokies, all the things.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Yep. Happy New Year. Until next time, guys, stay funny.